morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 237. Please subscribe. Lesson 237, part 2 of the workbook. Second relevant thought, what is salvation? And today's lesson, now would I be as God created me? Yeah, I think we've heard that before. But it's emphasis on the word now. Now, right now, I would be. I will remember that I am as God created me. Let me remember I am one with God. Now would I be as God created me. I am ready to accept that. The lesson begins today, now, I will accept the truth about myself. I am as God created me. I will arise in glory and allow the light in me to shine upon the world throughout the day. I am the light of the world. We learned that back in part 1 of the workbook. And yes, I'm folding in many lessons from part 1 of the workbook today. The light shine throughout the day. I bring the world the tidings, and I would add glad tidings, or even say the good news. I bring the world the good news of salvation, which I hear as God my Father speaks to me, and my Father speaks to me all through the day. The good news about salvation, that salvation is here waiting for me. Salvation will end every dream, every illusion, every idea of being less than, every idea that made me think that I was not a part of my Father. Going back to what is salvation, our relevant thought, that salvation is the undoing, in the sense that it does nothing, failing to support the world of dreams and malice. And as I've said, in the doing nothing, it does everything by undoing all of my vast illusions, my vain imaginings, all of my misthoughts and my miscreations, because it doesn't support them. And when these ideas of illusions and dreams and egoic thoughts are not supported, they merely quietly go down to dust. They cannot live in my mind anymore if I pay them no attention. Going back to today's lesson, the glad tidings of salvation, which I hear as God my Father speaks to me. I behold the world that Christ would have me see, aware that it ends the bitter dreams of death, aware it is my Father's call to me. Our Father speaks to us all through the day. Salvation is my function as the light of the world. Well, really forgiveness, but they're synonymous. And salvation comes from my oneself. There are so many lessons that we can enfold into this, that, I am blessed as a son of God, and I am the holy child of God himself, herself. This lesson is, we're making that declaration again, as we did yesterday. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, I will be. I will accept that I am as God created me. It is the one lesson, as I've said numerous times, and I'm sure I will continue to, that is within everything. Every lesson in this book is really geared towards us understanding and knowing that I am as God created me. If I know that, if I truly know that, I don't need anything else, because I will willingly accept the truth of who I am, and I will willingly accept that salvation is my function in this world, so that I can bring all of my brothers and sisters with me home. Let us go home. It's time to go home now. We're accepting salvation. We're letting go of all the false dreams and the false ideas. Let us go home. Back to what is salvation? Let us come daily to this holy place and spend a while together. And here we share our final dream of salvation that now will bring me to, as the Course has said in other lessons, the lawns of heaven. I'm right there. And the final step will be simply that our Father reaches down and brings us across into his bosom, into the embrace of our Father. And then it says, I'm skipping back and forth, but from here we give salvation to the world, for it is here salvation was received. The song of our rejoicing, okay, the glad tidings of salvation, which I hear, the song of rejoicing is the call to all the world that freedom is returned, that time is almost over, and God's Son has but one instant more to wait until his Father is remembered and dreams are done. Eternity has shined away the world, and heaven now exists, and only heaven now exists at all. That's all there is. Only heaven, only us in heaven. Today I would be as God created me. Christ is my eyes today. Christ is all I choose to see today through his vision and his ears, that I will hear these glad songs of rejoicing of the salvation of the world, that listens to the voice for God today. Let me be still, let me be quiet, and so I can hear the voice for God. And Father, I come to you through him who is your Son, my elder brother, and my true self, and my true self as well, my older brother and my true self as well, that we are together because we have never been apart either. Amen. Amen. This is how the lesson ends. Amen. That we indeed are going to be home again together as we always have been, and how we are meant to understand that we are. I'm going to just go into lesson 151, that all things are echoes for the voice for God, because there's paragraph 12 is really beautiful, but I'm just going to go back into paragraph 11 for a minute for a couple of sentences. And it says that he will select the elements in them which represent the truth in this world, and disregard those aspects which reflect but idle dreams. His one frame of reference, wholly unified and sure. And you will see the love beyond the hate, the constancy in change, the pure in sin, and only heaven's blessing on the world. Such is your resurrection, for your life is not a part of anything you see. Nothing that I see, because I'm not seeing with Christ's vision. But now today I will. It stands, my life stands beyond the body and the world, past every witness for unholiness. I'm within the holy, holy as itself. In everyone and everything, his voice would speak to you of nothing but your true self and your Creator, who is one with him. So will you see the holy face of Christ in everything, and hear in everything no sound except the echo of God's voice. So today, now, I would be as God created me, so I can be witness to that and hear God's voice in everything and everyone. And I think that's it for today. I hope this helped. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I went back and forth to many different places, as I sometimes do. But I hope ultimately it made sense. So please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile. Please smile. This is such a glorious part of our workbook. And please pray that soon, if not today, we all will remember that we are as God created us. Namaste.